Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Herd 37. So our last flight, we flew over to South Lake Tahoe, which is one of our bases, and in this flight, we're going to have a short flight over to Albuquerque, New Mexico, KABQ, which is also one of our bases. There were some other flights I looked at, but this being one of our bases, I thought that was probably the best choice. It pays pretty good for such a short flight. And I won't have to have anybody pick it up or anything because I'm working now, and I don't know, it kind of creates a little bit of a problem trying to fly and stuff. I'm dead tired when I get home. I tell you, my feet, unbelievably bad, killing me, but getting back to work. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take this short flight over to Albuquerque. That way, we'll be there and ready for more jobs. I've already got accepted. I don't think I've loaded it up. In fact, I had someone fly this yesterday, and they didn't use any fuel, which was really odd. I put it up for like 1,000 nautical miles worth of fuel, and when they got there, they still had that amount. So I don't quite understand that. Unless they fuel, I don't know. I was going to say maybe they fueled it up, and it just happened to be there. The amount, I don't know. That was very odd. Anyhow, we know we use fuel because of that landing at Terre Haute when it shut off on the taxiway. I'll move it to like 11:16. It doesn't really matter because it's such a short flight. But with that, yeah, because we'll use our. That's right, because I had somebody fly it out and back or something, so it should be right back where we put it. So that'll work, and let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. All right, everybody, here we are at our plane, the nice Continental 757. I had to push it back. We actually started. Our nose was right up over there. We have the strobes on. Let me see here. I think it's white. Yeah, there we go. Because it didn't have this on our last mission. I was thinking that it would because the Airbus always did. I just remembered what happened. I accepted a flight from Tahoe over to Kansas City. Then I noticed it wasn't Kansas City KMCI because we have a senior for that. And I ended up not having enough time anyway, so I had someone fly it out and back. That's why I didn't use last position. I had totally forgot about that, so I thought I was going to use last position. It didn't. No big deal. We got her pushed back. Let's go ahead and get everything into here. Index. Where is that? Flight plans? It's been a little while. KTVL, KABQ. There we go. Activate, execute. Departures and arrivals. We're going to take off. You have to take off on runway 18. Or no, it's 36, sorry. I have a Sid Ritchie 6, and we have a transition at tilts. So put that in. And now arriving, we'll arrive on, we're going to use ILS runway 3, I do believe. Yeah, no, 8, actually. And that's going to be, let's see, low BO3. And transition, I think it was Rose or Rosé. There it is. Hopefully that works. Alright, so reserves, we'll put 3. I think we always use that. Cruising altitude. I think we are going a little more to the south, so we'll say 34,000 feet. Cost index, we'll put it at 80. Execute that. Alright, so flaps at 15, V2 will be 151. Let's go ahead and put that in. I gotta use this. It's been a little while since I've flown in here, so I gotta remember how to do everything. Does that get everything in? It looks like it did. Approach be around 140. Yeah, so we obviously don't want to be at 250 there. 140, let's say 160. And see, it doesn't bring us right to the airport either. Actually, since that's at 9,000, let's actually bring it down to like 225, since it is still a good little distance away from the airport, I guess. We will have to go straight on that heading, and then we'll turn to the left to the ILS, because like I said, it doesn't actually bring you right to the approach. So let's check this. Let's make this a little bigger. Then we'll step through here. If I can remember where everything is. Alright, we'll check out the legs here. We go up to the VOR up there, and then we actually come back. Choke low. See, there's the actual approach. And let's put in that as well. Yeah, so you can head on, stay on that heading, and then turn left to the approach to the runway. So that'll work. There we go. Alright, so I think everything looks like it's set up. Let's go ahead and turn our taxi lights on. I'm heading for takeoff. Let's see, I believe it's 360. So I guess we could just leave it right there. Alright, on the throttles here a little bit. I'll set this to 34,000. We got to turn to our right to get onto the taxiway. You go 34,000. Flight director coming on. Right here, we're getting onto this taxiway. I think we got a taxi on way down to the right, though. I don't know if we'll have enough runway right there. If we got on the runway right there. Let's look. There it is. Yeah, we gotta go way down there. There we go. Move over here. Get my view set up. Hate the views moving around. Kind of looking around, get everything on once over. Brakes go to RTO. Flaps go down to 15. It's 10 or 15. It's 15. I believe it's what, it's a 1.515, I think, in this plane. Probably taxiing a little fast here. Thought this thing had ground speed. Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're taxiing a little fast. They're almost 30 knots, or miles an hour, I guess. On the can't remember if it switches over to miles per hour or what when you're on the ground. Just slow her down a little more. Lake Tahoe, man. My Orbx, it's a sick airport. Beautiful airport. And we got openLC North America. I don't have any of the regions set. This is kind of like borderline on one of the regions. I can't get remember if it's South California or what. But so I didn't activate it. We got North America working, so that should be fine. Let's stop her right here real quick. Alright, everybody, gonna have to edit this in here. I started to enter the runway, and it gave me a crash. FSX said I crashed. I don't know why. So I had to get out of everything and go into FSX and turn off crash detection. Ignore it. And so I had to get everything started up. This is like the third time now I've tried to start this flight. So hopefully this time will be the charm. Alright, so get all that off. Let me... landing license strobes are on. 34,000. When I set it up, I should have just picked the same parking space, but I picked 7. And it actually had me up on a freaking hill, and I couldn't get off the daggone hill. I had to get pushed back and everything. It was a crazy start. This is the third time trying to get this plane off the ground here. Crash detection is now off, although FSX obviously picked. I hope the cargo isn't damaged, because it was a rocky ride getting off that hill. I tried to go off under my own power, and I just couldn't. It kept kicking me over to the right instead of the left. I ended up having to get pushed back. It was ridiculous. Actually, I took that turn a little tight there, apparently. Let's see if we can get lined up a little better here. Don't want to use too much real estate, and I guess we gotta get back out to the right. I'll take that right there. Brakes are an RTO. Flight director is on. Looks like everything is good. LNAV, VNAV. Go ahead and turn on the auto throttles. Alright. Brake is off. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Alright, thrust is set. Let's get the heck out of here. Looks like the thrust is a little bit there. It's getting a little closer to where I had it. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. Push forward on the stick a little bit so that nose doesn't come up.
Rotate. V2.
So we didn't use like full power or anything. It was taking a little while to get up there.
Positive rate. Gear up.
We actually got to cut off to the left here. Actually fly up to that VOR.
Flaps 5.
I can't get to it.
Flaps 1.
There, now. I had to switch to the left hand to fly. So we got a little... It wanted to go straight over, which I hate when it does that. Seems like, you know, you should fly straight out and then turn left, but it wants you to go straight left, which is a little ridiculous. Right, the autopilot is on, though. I'll go ahead and turn off the taxi lights. Look at the scenery real quick. Not the flaps are up. Oh, hell, we're getting a little too far away. Like I say, I mean, it's a beautiful airport. I love that airport. I love the area. It's a big resort area. I don't know if that's necessarily... I think it's both on both sides, the California and Nevada side. The resort, but I think that's the bigger airport around here. I don't even know if there is another one. Let's move the range up here. And see, I hate that. It's gonna go up and... like straight back. Go past 10,000 feet. Landing lights can go off. It's not like set up for a turn or anything. I could have just gone without the SID. I thought about it, but I figured we'd go ahead and use the SID, because I know you got to get over those mountains, so you have to go out a little ways. Although, if you look at it right here, I'm sure we could have cleared it, no problem. Good looking mountains. Wait, what is our heading here? 301. 300 now. Let's see exactly how long. Well, this is the one with the FMC that doesn't really. It just goes on as like, yeah, minus 30 in fuel. I'm sure that won't happen. It has us there at about 21:32, which is a little over 2 hours. But once we get up to cruising altitude, we speed up. As you can see, it's coming down now. Yeah, it only, 680 miles. It won't take very long at all. Definitely not 2 hours. airport elevation there is like 5,312 feet, so it's still high elevation, just like here. I wish I could have done that Kansas City flight, even though it wasn't KMCI, but I just didn't have enough time. I feel horrible after work, man. My feet just absolutely brutalized standing up, standing on that concrete floor for 8 hours a day, walking around. But at least I'm getting paid. Alright, so I was wondering how this thing was gonna turn. Left or right? I was actually guessing right, but we went left. We're already at 16,000. I can't remember if there's a river or not flowing into Lake Tahoe. So I know they had the drought and it was well below, but they said with all the snow, because I was kind of doing a little research, they said it was full now. They're actually worrying about flooding and stuff in some of those areas because they got a bunch of snow this winter, apparently. Now all that stuff melting. Bit of a problem. 18,000 feet, 2992. Just resetting with the button. It almost looks like we would be almost back over the daggone airport. Might actually be. Is it out to our left now? Can't really see. It's like you go way out of your way for no reason. What is it going to try and go over to? All right, so it's going to go to Richie next. Let's say screw SWR if that's. Can't remember which one that was. Not sure what that was. Overspeed maybe. I have no idea what that warning was. Yeah, shouldn't the airport should be like right over here? I don't know how we get the airports to show up. There it is right there. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up on our way to Albuquerque. Well, on our way, so I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up, and we'll be back in just a bit.
The captain has turned off the best seatbelt sign. Please check that your seatbelt is securely fastened. To prepare for landing, it will be necessary to collect all service items, as well as any other items you wish to discard, such as newspapers.
Alright, everybody, slowing it down here. Let's put this on heading 129 to match up, and then we will, because we don't want to go straight over here. When it gets to CMSTR, put on heading and go straight on over to line up better with the approach. I just moved it down to 220. Let's check out our landing speed here, 134. Brakes are in 3. I like to use 3. It seems like the brakes in this plane don't work all that well. This runway should be plenty long, so you could probably still use 2. But I think this actually has one more notch. I think it's usually 1, 2, 3 max. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 max, so should be fine. And it's gonna move over here in just a second. It says we're about, well, 4 miles, but it always switches slightly before that. And at that time, we want to go down to actually 7,800 feet. That'll put us 2,500 above. That could be slightly high. All right, 129. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the auto throttles. Bring the speed back here. Click that to get it over. 7,800. And what was that landing speed? 134, so we really need 139. Let's go ahead and put this out. There you see it. It's going to level off at 7,800. And then the heading of the runway is 082. This thing actually should have been below 250, under 10,000 feet. It was asking for drag, but I didn't give it to it. Runway 111.9. 082. Gears coming down. Flaps to 1. The speed brake is back to armed. So we went a little far there. Flaps to 5. Put some thrust back into it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're actually slightly low.
Please return all seat backs and tray tables to their upright and stow.
Like I said, we got a little far out there. Should have turned a little earlier. Hit the approach hold.
Additionally, footrests and video monitors must be returned to
Flaps
their
to
original
15.
position. Thank you.
shows that we're actually slightly low. I thought we just saw from the PAPI lights that we were high. It does show that we're high. Flaps, so I believe that is 20. I believe we have 25 and 30.
Please be seated for arrival.
Okay, say 139 is the approach speed. We can bring the power back a little bit. Flaps to 25. It still shows us as being high. Speed coming down nicely. Landing 3. Flaps to 30. I'm going to increase the power just a little bit because our speed is still dropping. Like I said, it's 139. Autopilot is off. I'm going to let her come down a little bit because, like I said, PAPI lights have us as being high.
1,000.
Still trying to bring her down a little bit. I think we're actually good now. That we're low.
Traffic.
I was a little worried about that.
400. 300. Approaching minimums.
Slide slope.
We're actually really good on the glide, so I don't know what that warning was about.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Probably should have gotten off the power a little earlier than I did. I always feel in this plane like when I pull up, I feel like I end up flaring too much, like it pulls up too easily.
So please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain.
So I tried to do a little lighter. I waited a little bit, so we were about 10 feet. Got the call out for 10 and I flared. I tried.
And overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins.
Let's find where we can go. Probably just go straight over there. Let's stop right here and get the plane reset. Landing lights and strobes can go off. Alright, brakes are off. No fuel. I'm not worried about that, obviously. I think everything looks good. Stop the recording. Reset my view. Way over to the right. Alright, let's taxi. This is the best way. Man, the flashing all of a sudden. I want to get over here. Actually, let's just go over here. We'll take a left over there. So we're tracking the flaps as well. I mean, it wasn't a bad landing, but yeah, I should have... we did get a little low at the end. Like I say, I should have probably gotten off the thrust just a little quicker. Like I said, I don't like the way... I feel like when I pull the nose up in this plane, it comes up way too quick. Like the controls are a little too responsive. And I waited till about 10 feet because, like I say, I end up pulling the nose up way too quick in this plane. I'll be able to figure stuff out when I go and look at the replay. That's one great thing about FS Recorder is you can watch your replays in the cockpit and outside, and you can understand what you did wrong, good and bad. But it didn't seem like it was that bad of a landing. I don't think I've flown this plane in about a month. I have so much going on. Went out of town, started a new job. Flying other stuff and everything, but I'm trying to figure out what we fly next. I still want to fly this a little bit more. Now, I realize over at South Lake Tahoe, we have that Fokker F-27 Friendship over there. And I did one video on that before moving on to something else. Can't remember why, but I only did the one flight with that and meant to get back to it and haven't gotten back to it yet. Could turn off our TCAS. I was kind of surprised when it shot out the warning. It issued me the warning that traffic was in the area. And I didn't see anything. I was looking at the runway. I was like, I don't see anybody down there. Turn that TCAS off. I guess we'll taxi over here to the right. Thought I saw some parking areas over there to the right. Where are you? Maybe we're over by those vehicles. Man, we got. I thought I turned too quick, and I was going to be way over to the right, and I was actually way to the left. Oh, that was a bungling turn. Because I turned too early, but oh well. I tried to adjust it and compensate. Totally butchered it. Yeah, I'd say we can park over by one of these guys. No, Albuquerque, looking at it on FS Commander, it's a huge airport. It's got like 3 or 4 different runways. And all buildings on all areas of the airport, so. Yep, there's a parking area right over by those guys. Over by all of them, actually. And nobody here, like no AI planes. It's always a bummer. So it's this one right here. See if we can turn a little better here. It doesn't help when your view keeps moving. Alright, we'll park it right here. Right there. Throw on the parking brake. Take off the taxi lights. And I'll go ahead and cut the fuel. I'm going to start up here in just a second again anyway. That's why I don't mind shutting it down like this. I'll be right back to do the replay on her. Alright, air hauler's got us. Let's go ahead and go back on over to air hauler. Alright, let's go ahead and unload this. Luckily, nothing was hurt. I was worried, man, that I was really worried that it could be hurt. Trying to go off that hill. I should have kept that recording. It was. I wouldn't have thought it was too hilarious, but I know some people would have loved to have seen that, dude. Trying to get off a damn hill in a 757. Alright. Come on, air hauler. There we go. Over here at the jobs board. I don't know what else we got over here at Albuquerque. It's the nice thing, though, man, with your base. You got all kinds of stuff. 29 palms. I think I have scenery for that. And I would have 2 days in which to do it. Maybe I can do that. As long as that's, 5,200 feet. I don't know that I can do that now. Las Vegas, it's a really short flight. Pays really good, and it's Las Vegas. We have scenery for Las Vegas. Not just the, I believe it's FS Dream Team, and then we also have the surrounding area scenery, which would be cool. Indianapolis, a favorite of mine. I don't know, because like I said, I got to work like 4 straight days, so I don't know if I'll be able to do anything after work. Long Beach. Although that takes you into LA, and it gets jagged as hell. Yes, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. However, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.